Hey, what's up? It's Nathan here with thebtccourse.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Whirlpool with Sparrow Wallet, which is a Bitcoin privacy tool, and it works by basically joining pieces of your Bitcoin with other people's Bitcoin, and then you get Bitcoin back, and it's hard to trace which Bitcoin you have. So you and 9 other people will combine some UTXOs together, and then you'll get UTXOs back out, and it'll be hard for anybody trying to track those transactions across the blockchain. It'll be hard for them to see which one belongs to you now. So it's kind of how you can take like KYC'd Bitcoin, where somebody or some activity knows who you are, and you can kind of break that chain, that connection, and kind of make it non-KYC Bitcoin, where not really sure whose Bitcoin this is over here. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do in this video. Now I am in Sparrow Wallet, and I have a tutorial on Sparrow Wallet, so I recommend checking that out. And I also have a video on UTXOs, or unspent transaction outputs, which I also recommend checking out, and links in the description down below, because it'll help you kind of understand what it is we're doing here. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and create a new wallet, which is something that you'll need to do. You'll have like a special Whirlpool wallet that you'll use. You can't really use any wallet that you've already established. So you would create a brand new wallet, and it'll be a hot wallet that'll sit on your computer, but that's okay because later on you can send it off to cold storage somewhere, and we'll cover that when we get to it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and name this wallet Whirlpool and create wallet. And policy type, we're going to leave single signature, script type native SegWit, leave that the default. And I'm going to go ahead and do new or imported software wallet. And we're going to do mnemonic words. And typically if I was doing this for real, I would do 24 words. But for the video, I'm just going to do 12 words, so that way it saves me some time, writing things down. And I'm just going to go ahead and generate new, and I'm not going to do a passphrase, but you could do one if you want to. And so I'm going to copy these words real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and confirm my backup. Yes, I wrote my words down, and then I got to type them in, so I'll do that. Now obviously I'm showing you my 12 words right here, which is something that you would never ever do in real life, and hopefully you know that by now, so I'm not going to get up on my soapbox or anything like that. So obviously I'm doing it wrong right here, but I'm doing it for the sake of example and time. So anyway, create key store and import key store, and all this looks fine, so I'll go ahead and apply. And I'm not going to add a password, although it is recommended normally to add a password to your wallet. I'm not going to right now, and this password only protects your Sparrow Wallet file. It doesn't actually protect your Bitcoin on the blockchain, so it's just a Sparrow Wallet password, not like a passphrase, for example. So now I'm going to do no password. And now the first thing I need to go ahead and do is actually get some Bitcoin in this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and send some Bitcoin over to this address here. And to actually get the coin join to work, you will need at least 110,000 Satoshis brought over to this wallet. So if you don't have that much that you're trying to mix, you might want to hold off until you do. And so I just sent some Bitcoin over here, and I did it from the Strike mobile app, just if you're wondering. So from Strike. So this is a KYC wallet right here. And I'll just do get next address. That way I get a new address here. And then I'm going to come over to transactions. And actually, I see it already pending here. So I need to go ahead and wait for it to confirm. Let me go ahead and check it out on the blockchain, though, or on mempool.space. We'll check it out, see how long it'll take. So there I am on that second block. So hopefully it'll take about 18 minutes. Hopefully it'll be less. But I'll be back once it's confirmed. Alrighty, so I just heard the lovely chimes noise from mempool.space, and I checked, and my transaction has confirmed here. So if I come back to Sparrow Wallet, and I look at my transaction, I can see that I have one confirmation. So there it is. And now I can actually start doing the Whirlpool stuff. So what I need to do is come to UTXOs, and then there's my UTXO. And if you had multiple UTXOs, you could select the ones that you want to go ahead and mix, or select them all, or just select one, whatever it is you want to go ahead and do. But you'll see this option down here at the bottom. It says mix selected, and then the number of sats that I've selected. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And now we have an introduction to Whirlpool, and I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you so you can listen along. So mixing or coin join is provided in Sparrow through the Samurai Whirlpool Coordinator. Sparrow contains a Whirlpool client which communicates with the coordinator using blinded inputs. As such, the privacy of your UTXOs is unchanged when using this service. If you are using Tor to connect to your server or have configured a Tor proxy, communication with the coordinator will be over Tor. The fees for using the Whirlpool service are deducted from the UTXOs that you mix. These fees include the Whirlpool fee and the miner fees required for the transactions. All fees are displayed for review before mixing begins. All right, cool. All right, so pre-mix, post-mix, and bad bank. So basically, what Sparrow Wallet's going to do is create 3 different wallets for you, and each wallet is like in a different phase of the mixing process. So you'll see an example of it as we do it. But initiating your first coin join in Sparrow will add 3 new wallets, there you go, to your existing wallet. Premix, postmix, and bad bank. Premix contains UTXOs that have been split from your deposit UTXOs into equal amounts, waiting for their first mixing round. Postmix contains UTXOs that have been through at least 1 mixing round. Bad bank contains any change from your premix transaction and should be treated carefully. So basically anything in the bad bank has not been coin joined or mixed. So you don't want to combine your mixed UTXOs with your bad bank, because then you basically merge KYC Bitcoin with non-KYC Bitcoin, and when you do that, then obviously the KYC kind of overrides the non-KYC, and any sort of tracking service would be able to see that you own you own that non-KYC Bitcoin, right? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so click on the tabs on the left to use these wallets. Note that they will have reduced functionality. For example, they will not display receiving addresses. Okay. So configure Whirlpool using the fields below. You can enter a Samurai S code for reduced cost mixing. I don't have one of those, but if you do, you're probably not watching this video. And the first thing we need to go ahead and do is set up our premix priority. So I'm going to come over to the mempool real quick and look at what the fees are currently. So Whirlpool or Sparrow Wallet is recommended 19. So that would put me between the first block and the second block. So that sounds reasonable to get this first mix underway. So I'll roll with that option. So 19 sounds good, but if you wanted to change it, you could increase it or decrease it if you wanted to wait. And it looks like I can't get back to 19, so I'm going to stick with 20 then. All right, so next. So choose which pool to use below. You will then be able to preview your premix transaction. Your wallet password may be required to add the premix wallet. All right, so basically, depending how much Bitcoin you have in your Sparrow wallet, you may be able to join different pools. I believe the pool sizes are like 100,000, 1 million, and like 10 million, I think. I could be wrong, but it doesn't really matter. If you have the options, you'll see the options. Okay, so the pool I can join is 100,000, and so that's what it is. Anon set, I believe, is the number of UTXOs I'll be mixing with, but we'll check that as we go through the process. Pool fee, so this is how much I'm going to pay for the Whirlpool service, so that seems pretty reasonable. And then my premix outputs is 7 UTXOs, and we'll go ahead and do preview premix. You can now see that Sparrow Wallet has changed. So now I have deposit, which is my initial deposit here. I have my premix wallet, my postmix wallet, and then my bad bank right here. So as we go through the mixing process, we'll go through each of these wallets and I'll describe them in more detail. Right here we have our transaction as we broke it out. So this is my deposit, and it's going to go to the Whirlpool fee, which is at 5,000 sats. I have my bad bank change, which is 56,796 sats. And then I have my 4, 5, 6, 7 premix UTXOs that I'm going to receive. And they're going to be in 100,000 sat chunks, but it says 104,840 because I have to pay the mining fee for each one of these UTXOs that I'm going to receive. So I have to pay for those fees. And then I have the overall mining fee that I have to pay as well. So that's a breakdown of the transaction in greater detail. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do broadcast premix transaction. And it's going out. And there we go. I have several things going on. I received some back to my bad bank, and my deposit was reduced. And then I have this much in my premix now. So let's go to premix real quick and see if we see anything going on. And so here it is. Right here, I see my transaction that is happening right here, and I can see my UTXOs. So right here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 UTXOs, and we'll get into more detail in a few minutes here as the transaction confirms and things like that. So we'll get into it in greater detail. I have post mix and nothing has been mixed yet, so there's nothing to see here. And then I have my bad bank, which again is basically my change, which is the amount of Satoshis that I was unable to mix because I didn't have enough. So I have 54,000 sats here, and I needed 100,000 sats in order to mix them. So I didn't have enough, so that's why it came back and it's now in my bad bank. But again, this is like KY'd seed Bitcoin. So I won't want to combine this with any of my mixed UTXOs. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wait until stuff starts mixing and transactions start confirming. And I'll jump back to the video when stuff is happening. And so my premix transaction has now confirmed, so that is good stuff. We can see it right here, confirmed in this block. And if we come back over to Sparrow Wallet, I can see that I have a UTXO currently mixing right now. So this first UTXO is trying to be paired with other people, and I believe it's 4 other people it'll be combined with, which we'll confirm in a few minutes. And actually you can see that this first UTXO, it failed to mix, and that's usually because the people that I was trying to mix with, like somebody went offline or something like that in the middle of it, got messed up and stopped. However, then the Whirlpool app automatically went onto this next UTXO and started to try and mix it. And now we have another one being mixed as well. So it's going to start mixing them and trying to find other people to coin join with. And we can see that that one worked right there. Let me come over to my post mix tab real quick. And we can see that I have 2 UTXOs on their way into my post mix wallet here. And one is actually confirmed already. So it's going like super fast. And let's take a look at this transaction as well. And we'll look at it on mempool.space. And look, another one I think just confirmed as well. Like stuff is moving, it is moving quick tonight. I can't even shoot the video fast enough. But you can see, here we go. This is a perfect example of what I wanted to show. So here are the transactions. So there's 1, so there's 5. So there's that answer. I think I said 10 at the beginning of the video. It's 5 now, and I'm sure that they reduced it in order to make it easier to find people to join with. Like it's a lot easier to find 4 other people to join with than it is to find, 9 other people to join with. So I'm sure that's why they reduced it. But anyway, we can see like these 5 went in and they're all about 100,000 sats. There's some people that are paying a fee, like I'm paying a fee. I think this might be mine. And another one just went through, so it's moving so quick. Okay, so, but then on the output, you can see everybody got 100,000 sats. So I had to pay a fee because I'm new to the Whirlpool process, and somebody else paid a fee as well because I'm assuming they're also new to the Whirlpool process. And the new people pay the fees, and then the older people that are on like multiple mixes, they don't pay a fee again. So next time my coins mix, then I'll just have 100,000 sats going in and 100,000 sats coming back out. But hopefully you can see how it'd be confusing to track. Like you're not sure if this wallet sent to this one or this one or this one or this one or this one. So it makes it harder to track where the Bitcoin is going, and thus it'll increase your privacy. So let me come back over to Sparrow Wallet, and it's doing more transactions. It's just flying. Okay, let's come back over here. And so my post mix, if I come to my UTXOs, I can see that I have 5 now, and each one has 1 mix currently, which means it's combined with other people just 1 time so far. So this is my first time doing that. So, basically like this wallet, is sent it to one of these 5 over here. And if I mix it again, well then it would take, maybe I sent it to this one, and then it would mix this one with another 4 people. And then if I mixed it again, it'd mix it with another 4 people and another 4 people. So the more mixes that you do, the harder and harder it gets for anybody trying to track you across the blockchain to actually track you across the blockchain, because there's so many other combinations of wallets that you might have sent to. So it gets very hard the more mixes that you do. And of course, it's an automatic process. So it's not like it's hard to mix it a lot of times. And the only time you're really paying for the mixing is the first time. So like really, you might as well let it go quite a few times to really get it all mixed up. And you see one of my post-mix UTXOs is now mixing again. So I'll have 2 mixes on this one. And let's come back over to premix. This one's trying to find people to join with, and hopefully it'll find some people, and there it goes. It did. So this will be a post mix. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my UTXOs currently mixed, and this one will be mixed twice if it finds enough people to join with. And you can see each of my UTXOs is valued at 100,000 sats as well. So hopefully you think this is pretty cool and you can see how it works and how it can be hard for people or activities to track you through the blockchain because it's, hard to compare, where 100,000 sats went. They know it went from one of these 5 wallets into one of these 5 wallets, but if they mix again and again and again, it just gets harder and harder to track. So anyway, that's cool. But how do we get it from this hot wallet here that's doing all this mixing over into cold storage? Well, Sparrow Wallet has an answer for that, and it's this mix2 function here. But before we can pop open this mix2 function, we have to connect, a hardware wallet to Sparrow Wallet. So I got a ledger here, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to Sparrow Wallet real quick. So what I want to go ahead and do is come up to File and New Wallet. And this will be Ledger for Whirlpool and create wallet. And then I'm going to leave single signature, native SegWit. Now you could change it up if you want to. You could do multi-sig if you want to, but I'm just doing single sig, which is fine. And I'll do connected hardware wallet, and then I'll go ahead and scan for it. And of course, if you've already connected your hardware wallet to Sparrow Wallet, you could just load that up. You don't have to come through this process to, re-add your wallet if you've already set it up with Sparrow Wallet before. But I haven't done that, so I'm doing it fresh here and for this example. And so here's my wallet here. I'm going to go ahead and import the key store. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply. And I'm not going to set a password on it. And I'm just going to go to the transactions tab just so I can see it in a different view. All right, now I want to go back to the Whirlpool wallet, and you can see that I have both open. So I have both Whirlpool open and Ledger open. So you need to have both of them open in Sparrow Wallet in order to do what I'm about to show you. And what we could do is do mix2. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And so mix2 wallet, and I can select Ledger for Whirlpool here. And now what it'll automatically do is instead of mixing back into my Whirlpool wallet, it will mix and send the UTXO to my ledger here. So I can go ahead after 6 mixes, send over to my ledger wallet, and then my mixed UTXO will be sitting over there instead of in my hot Whirlpool wallet. So that's how that functions. And I'm going to go ahead and click on Restart Whirlpool. And it did cancel that one mix out if you didn't notice, but that's okay. We'll just get into the next one. And you can see that that process already started. So it's just an automated process. But now, after 6 mixes, it'll go ahead and send it automatically to my ledger. Now, a couple of things to note. You do have to leave Sparrow Wallet up and running in order for this to happen. So you want to make sure that your computer is not going to automatically go into standby or sleep or anything like that. So make sure you turn off those settings. You want to make sure that it stays connected to the internet as well. This little toggle right here in the bottom right hand corner, you need to make sure that that stays connected at all times, or it's not going to be able to do the mixing. Additionally, if you notice that you're getting a lot of failed mixes, well then you might need to flick this toggle off and back on. That could help fix it. Or if you come up here to view and you can click on refresh wallet account, sometimes that'll help fix any issues that you may be facing. So if you have failures, there's probably something with your internet that's disconnecting, or maybe your wallet's being a little glitchy. So turning off the internet and turning it back on, or refreshing your wallet are 2 ways to fix it. And I actually just noticed something under the tools menu. So you could prevent computer sleep here. So I've not used this option before. I usually go in and manually make sure that it's not going to go to sleep. But apparently you could go ahead and click on this and it'll prevent your computer from going to sleep as well. So might be worth testing out now that I see it's here. And finally, you've probably noticed this button as well. So if you want to manually stop mixing your UTXOs, you could go ahead and click stop mixing. And then you could come over here and you could interact with your UTXOs just like normal. For example, I could go ahead, click on this one, and I could go ahead and manually send it somewhere if I wanted to do something like that. So, it functions just like a regular UTXO. It's just been mixed 1 or more times at this point in time. So you could use, do manual sends if you want to, but it does cost money, of course. You're going to be paying a fee versus if you have it automatically going into your cold storage, like it'll just do that as a last address for the mixing, which will be free to you because you only pay for the first mixing that you do. Alrighty, so I have a quick alibi. don't forget about your bad bank. You have some sats in here that you need to go ahead and send back to your cold storage. There's been many times that I've deleted these hot wallets and left funds in my bad bank, and I lost them because I deleted that wallet and I did not record my seed phrase. So don't forget about your bad bank. Make sure you come in here and you go into the UTXO and you send it out. Remember, this is KYC'd, so you don't want to mix it with any of the UTXOs that you coin joined, but you definitely want to send it back to, your wallet or something like that, and it'll just be, a KYC'd UTXO. So don't forget about that bad bank and your sats sitting in there. And hopefully this video has helped you realize that Whirlpool is not that scary, and it actually makes logical sense, and it's kind of easy to follow once you see how the UTXOs are combined together. Like, it makes sense how it would be hard to track that, especially after a whole bunch of mixes. And so hopefully you're not scared to try Whirlpool out. And if you found this video helpful, I appreciate any sorts of likes, comments, subscribes, anything like that. And or please check out thebtccourse.com. It's a free website with lots of Bitcoin training on it. It's kind of my attempt to help out other Bitcoiners learn about Bitcoin and how to safely custody their Bitcoin and keep it private and things like that. So I appreciate you checking out my video, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.